It's a bit of me, here, year.
Older, okay, older volunteer.
Older.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock and we'll call the meeting of the Department of Veterans Affairs Executive Committee to order. Called roll call, Aaron Ricketts.
Here.
John Saxton.
Here.
Ted Crockett.
Here.
Myself. Also present is Commissioner Collins, Tammy Sheldon, Tim Rupel, and Chris Esador from the VA office. Approval of the agenda for March 14th, 2025. I didn't entertain a motion for such.
Second motions to approve.
Ricketts supports.
Okay, we got a motion and support. All those approved, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Approval of the minutes from the February 14th, 2025 meeting. I would entertain a motion for such.
Ricketts makes that motion.
Saxton supports.
Okay, got a motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Reports to the Veterans Affairs Service Officers Report. Tammy?
Okay, the report of activities. I know there was a meeting packet that went out, but, okay, so for the report of activities is for the month of February. I'm just gonna give some highlights. And if you guys didn't get this, I know it was sent out late, we can get you extra copies. February is a shorter month, so there it is. Let's see. We did 18 intents, 13 claimant representative forms, 13 compensation claims. Statement supported claims, there were 22. The lay statements, there was one. The reason there was 20 the month before is that we had one applicant that really collected a lot of buddy statements, supported evidence to send in with his claim. Okay, on the second page, we did process 3 headstone applications. We did serve, because we have to track our 70+ group. There were 12 new claims that were 70+. Let's see, is there anything else? Do note that there were 1 relief application received, and then in the Meyer food cards, we did 1. That is under the grant. And then we did have a referral to housing help. There was 1 of those. Transmitters, we copied 56, copied 32 DD-214s, military documents for 14, income verifications, which we use to verify our pension applications and our relief applications. There were 34 of those and 58 medical documents. And you're going to say, well, we went from 897 to 58, and it all depends on the evidence they bring us to send in with their claims. If their medical records are within the VA medical system, then VA doesn't require them to bring them in, only the private ones, because VA can internally see those. So is there any questions on the report of activities before I move on? Okay, so for since last month, I should say actually since November, we've had 1 county burial. It was a Vietnam veteran, and the amount approved is $300 for that. In order to be eligible for the county burial benefit, you have to be a veteran of wartime, or it can be the spouse or the surviving spouse. The benefit also is extended to them. So if the veteran left a survivor, then the estate has to be under 40,000. If there are no dependent survivors, then if state is not sufficient to cover all last claims, then we can find eligibility in the county burial. It's actually a state law. Okay. And then are you ready for me to go into the meetings and an occurrence report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Since last meeting, Tim and I attended a Nope, I'm reporting that Tim attended a virtual Veterans Treatment Court on February 19th and March 5th. And then on March 21st, Tim and I met with Jennifer. She's the county's marketing and communication coordinator. And we went over the updates and plans for our department website. With our grant funds, we purchased a Civic Plus package in order to enhance our county website to be more resourceful. Then on February 27th, myself and Tim, and then this was a Zoom meeting, the county finance director, Dan, and the county analyst, Tracy, we all sat through a Michigan-wide, statewide virtual meeting that was hosted by Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency concerning our County Veterans Service Fund grant. This was a roundtable meeting, and the purpose of the meeting was to pretty much apologize to us for the need to cut statewide $3.66 million out of our grant fund. So what that meant was our grant budget was reduced by over 35%. And so we have to reduce our grant budget, and this report is due by next week on the 20th. So that means we had to eliminate several of our planned initiatives and reconfigure the whole budget in order to get it to meet the new budget. And I say that the state director and the deputies will be visiting counties pretty much to say apologize and to see how we can better serve the veterans.
So how did this reduction come about? I mean, why did it happen?
I think it was long coming, but they made it sound that the core amount was planned, and then they anticipated what the rollover was going to be from the fourth quarter from the prior year.
Yep.
And they really didn't have the fourth quarter completed until February. Fourth quarter ended the end of September, so they didn't have all the financials done until February. And when they realized, we don't have what we thought to roll over into the 25.
Okay.
And so they had to go back through and tell us that we don't have the budget that we thought we were going to have. Did you have something to say, Tim?
Yeah, some of the key parts of that too was we already went through our first quarter with the grant, and we were into our second quarter with already approved contracts. But the state of Michigan has a clause within these contracts that says they only have to give us a 30-day notice if there's no funding or changes to the thing that they feel that due to funding reasons, they can make that changes. And if you don't agree with it in 30 days, they'll just cancel you out of your contract completely. So you just have to oblige and move on. Is really kind of how it's been put to us in some ways. Is we got to try to, to keep what we can. We have.
Yeah, so here we are, pretty much halfway through our fiscal period, and counties have already spent more than the reduced budget allowance. And so, they're going back to their counties saying, how can we work this through? Because we're over budget by now.
Tammy, you mentioned, I believe you said 35%. How much is that?
And I have that here. Oh, here it is. So for us, we have to cut out $37,503. So that means our peacetime relief fund is going away. The rest of our gas cards, we can't purchase. Our swag, we can't purchase that. We won't be able to host the outreach events that we thought we could. Some of our training events, we won't be able to attend. So it's been a tough one.
I was in another county the other day and similar report happened.
Yeah.
And the number they gave was somewhere between 30 and 40,000 as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some counties that were losing almost like, it seemed like about half of their stuff, but like over $100,000 they were losing out of their county. I mean, they're bigger counties and stuff, but still there was, like I said, over $3 million mistake on their end of estimating. I know they said there was what, 13 new counties that were added or something like that, which even if mathematically you add that up, it doesn't seem like it would still equal $3 million, but
Yeah,
so
so
this was a big messed up on them, and they seem to be taking ownership of it to the best of their ability. I mean, they're like anybody else, like we're tied on what we can have to adjust our budget. They can only spend money that they have, so.
and I have to say, our administrative staff have been very supportive in trying to help us figure this out.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Just so I'm clear, this mandate, if you will, is coming out of the state level, not the federal level.
State,
State level, yes.
okay.
Thank you.
And then, March 7th, Tim attended the, Lenawee Human Services, Collaborative meeting. And then on the March 10th, Tim attended the Veterans Coalition meeting, where they discussed, the details of the upcoming VA claim clinic, which will be held on April 21st. This will be held at the JCC facility in Jackson. Our office plans to participate in this event. We have yet to receive a flyer, so we can share that. Myself, I like things to be done a little bit, not short notice. You would think you would want to get this out to the public a little bit sooner, but this is the way they're playing in things. So we plan to attend, but if it doesn't pan out, then
And it is a tri-county claims clinic, so it's us, Hillsdale and Jackson County, so that's a good partnership of us to be able to come together and try to serve veterans within all three counties in a larger fashion. So.
And then Chris attended the COC meeting on March 11th. And then March 12th, Tim and I went to an in-person meeting over at the Sheriff's Department where they're trying to implement a program called the Lenawee County Veterans Response Team. So the meeting included representatives from the Sheriff's Department, the VA Medical Center, Lenawee County Mental Health, and related partners. We discussed the overview and how the program works, how it works in Livingston County right now. It was very informative. So when this comes about, we will be the second county in the state of Michigan that has this program. So we applaud our Sheriff's Department for reaching out to the staff at the VA Medical Center to see if they could bring this program to our area. And then on March 13th, Chris attended the by name meeting. I think Ted did too.
I was actually off yesterday, but my staff ran it for me.
Okay, Chris, did you have anything you want to say on that? No. And then I just want to give a reminder that the department staff will be out of the office April 8th, which is a Tuesday, through the 11th, a Friday. We will be attending the Michigan Association of County Veterans Spring Conference so that we can maintain our continuing eds. The conference this year is hosted in Grand Rapids. So the office will be closed during that time. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Item 5 is existing business. Item 6, new business. Any new business? Seeing none, moving on, commissioner comment? Commissioner Collins?
But not much. Obviously, the program is still ongoing at Murray Spear campus under construction. The commission started last year, actually, a process of updating all rules, regulations, policies, and procedures. So we're updating a few at a time, and some of them were rather old. So it required a lot of work. Just created a committee called Bridging the Gap. This committee is designed we are getting a significant amount of money over the next several years from the opioid settlement from the pharma manufacturers. So this Bridge the Gap committee is going to be a committee designed to find out which of the entities in the county who apply for funding through those funds are going to be, in our opinion, eligible for them. So it will be an ongoing committee for several years until the end of the opioid settlement funding comes. And it comes in gaps because there are different sources that it's coming from, different pharmaceutical providers and manufacturers. So it will be, I mean, it may be this much one time and this much second time. So we have to figure out how we're gonna bring that together and fund it out. And I'm on that committee. So it's gonna be interesting. And a reminder again about the national holiday funding.
Is that all you got, Terry?
That's it.
That's it? I guess you were right. Not much this month. Partner comments, Michigan Veterans Trust Fund, Region 9. I sat on that board. We had 4 cases since the last time that we met. And none from Lenawee County. Veterans Relief Fund, review of the Veterans Relief Fund
We had
application.
We had one applicant come in on the 19th, a Persian Gulf veteran. I was not looking for monetary assistance, but we gave him a food card and fuel card assistance. And I'm currently in process on a MVTF application that I'll have in this afternoon. So the trust fund,
Michigan Veterans Trust.
what Mike sits on. And I also received my MVAA and my American Legion accreditation. I'm with the retirements at the VA, the person who handles the security cards and fingerprinting process has been retired. And so they're scrambling to fill her position. And so my paperwork for security access is in limbo, but they have it. Thank you.
Oh. That's it? Okay. Public comment? See no public comment? I would entertain a motion to adjourn, with just a note that the April meeting has been canceled and that our next meeting will be on May 9th.
You might want to do that by motion. Cancel that meeting.
Ricketts makes a motion to cancel the April 2025 meeting. Crockett second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second to cancel the April meeting.
I did.
John. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same? I guess our meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.